What if everything you believed about the perfect love story was nothing but a carefully built illusion? What if the couple that millions admired was actually standing on a fault line ready to explode at any moment? And what if the real reason behind their sudden breakup was far darker, far deeper, and far more shocking than anyone dared to imagine? Welcome to Magazine News and Gossip, where today we dive headfirst into one of the most dramatic celebrity ruptures of the year, the collapse of the intense, passionate, and ultimately doomed relationship between Yaman and Sara Bluma. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, this is the perfect moment to join our growing family here on Magazine News and Gossip. Every click helps us bring you even more exclusive stories, deeper investigations, and the kind of emotional roller coasters that keep viewers glued to the screen. Now, let's enter the eye of the storm. For months, the world watched Yaman and Sara Bluma sparkle like a flawless diamond in the chaotic universe of celebrity relationships. Their red carpet appearances, their sun-drenched vacations, their intimate photos, all of it painted the image of a couple bound by passion, trust, and irresistible chemistry. Fans called them the couple of the year. Journalists labeled them the perfect match. But beneath the flawless surface, cracks were already forming. The truth detonated only days ago when Jan, after weeks of painful silence, finally admitted to his inner circle, "Sara and I have broken up." That statement alone was enough to shake both Italy and Turkey. But what truly set the media on fire was his next sentence, the one that spread across phone screens like an electric shock. "Behind everything stands her ex-husband, Stefano Papa." And just like that, the real story began. From the outside, Jan and Sara seemed invincible. But according to sources close to the couple, troubling signs began months earlier. Whispers circulated that Sara's past in Italy, especially her unresolved history with her ex-husband, had started to cast a long, cold shadow over her new relationship. Friends of the couple claim that Stefano Papa, a well-known model and consultant in Europe, was never entirely out of Sara's life. Whether intentionally or not, he always found a way to reappear at the worst possible moments. One of the most intense turning points occurred after a fashion show in Rome. According to eyewitnesses, Sara and Stefano exchanged a short but emotionally charged conversation backstage. When Jan found out, it triggered the first truly serious confrontation between the lovers. Trust began to crumble. Jealousy began to grow roots. And from that moment on, Stefano's name became a silent specter haunting every argument. Over the following weeks, rumors of a breakup swirled through social media. Fans noticed that Jan stopped mentioning Sara in his posts. They were no longer photographed together. And then came the final sign. Jan went on vacation alone. That silence spoke louder than any official announcement ever could. But eventually, during a private dinner with his closest friends, Jan broke the silence that millions had been waiting to hear. He confessed with heavy honesty, "I didn't feel comfortable anymore. Sara's past kept following us. Stefano's shadow was everywhere. Our relationship turned into a triangle." Those words hit his friends like a lightning bolt. Inside that confession was months of pain, disappointment, and emotional exhaustion. Meanwhile, Stefano Papa continued making headlines without even being physically present. Despite his short-lived marriage with Sara, sources claim he maintained an emotional influence over her. Some insiders even say he contacted her regularly, making it harder for Sara to fully detach from her past. Jan, no matter how hard he tried, could never be convinced that Stefano was completely gone from her life. One friend close to Jan said, "He listened to all of Sara's explanations, but deep down, he never believed them." Stefano's actions contradicted everything Sara tried to say. After the breakup became public, the spotlight shifted toward Sara. Those close to her claim she still doesn't believe the relationship is truly over. She allegedly feels Jan acted impulsively, allowing jealousy and insecurity to control his decisions. One of her statements, shared privately with her closest friends, reveals her frustration. "Jan didn't understand me. Stefano was just a person from the past. There was no reason to turn it into a drama." But even those friends admit that behind Sara's calm exterior lies a deep emotional struggle, perhaps even regret. And then came the rumor that divided the entertainment world in half. The possibility that Jan had developed feelings for another woman. And not just any woman, but Demet Özdemir, a name that had already been connected to him countless times before. The gossip spread across social networks like wildfire. Some claimed that Demet played a role in the growing distance between Jan and Sara. Others insisted it was entirely fabricated. To this day, nothing has been officially confirmed. Yet the tension hit its peak on the night everything finally exploded. According to multiple witnesses, Jan and Sara entered a Roman restaurant for what would become their final confrontation. The evening spiraled quickly. Sara accused Jan of not understanding her. Jan tried to remain calm, but the disappointment in his voice was unmistakable. Eventually, Jan stood up, left the table, returned to the hotel, packed his bags, and ended the chapter the next morning. A few days later, Jan delivered the statement that stunned both media outlets and fans. "I don't blame Sara entirely. What truly bothered me was Stefano's presence. A relationship can't survive if someone else keeps standing in the background." Those words triggered a media hurricane. For the first time, Jan directly acknowledged that a third person was at the center of their collapse. And just like that, the narrative of one of the most glamorous couples unraveled in the most dramatic way. Now, social media is divided. Some blame Jan for giving up too easily. Others blame Sara for not cutting ties with her past. And many believe Stefano played a much larger role than anyone admits. But one thing is certain, the breakup of Jan Yaman and Sara Bluma will be remembered as one of the most turbulent and emotionally charged celebrity separations of recent years. And the story isn't over. Not by a long shot. This is magazine news and gossip, and if you want to stay ahead of every twist, every revelation, and every hidden truth, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our incredible community. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you more than words can say. Until the next video.